Hi, welcome to Lecture 4, Part 1 on Basic Inorganic Chemistry. My name is Dr. Teresa Chimamam. Today I will be covering atomic structure. So what is an atom? An atom is the smallest part of an element that can exist. An atom is simply defined as the smallest part of an element that can exist. Every element is made up of atoms, be it nitrogen, be it oxygen, be it carbon, be it hydrogen. Every element is made up of atoms. And you will need to put millions of atoms together to get an element of about half millimeter in size. So every element is made up of atoms. So we now look at Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton's atomic theory states that all matter are made up of atoms. Remember, we have defined matter in the previous lecture that it is anything that has mass and occupies space. So, all matter are made up of atoms, and in any chemical reaction, atoms cannot be divided, which means atoms are indivisible. Atoms cannot be created, and atoms cannot be destroyed during any chemical reaction. Atomic structure. Atoms are made up of three basic particles: protons, electrons, and neutrons. This is how the atomic structure looks like. The outermost region of the atom, which is here, is known as the electron shell. At the center, we have what we call nucleus, and this nucleus contains protons and neutrons, as you can see here. And the electron can be seen here at the outermost shell. So this is how the atomic structure looks like. Protons have positive charge. Neutrons have no charge at all, so they are neutral, while electrons are negatively charged. So it is important for you to always remember that protons have positive charge, neutrons are neutral, so they have no charge, and electrons are negatively charged. So now we look at law of conservation of matter. The law of conservation of mass says that you cannot create matter, you cannot destroy matter, you can only change matter during a chemical reaction. Example: 2 sodium plus Cl2 gives 2 molecules of sodium chloride. So we started with 2 atoms of sodium plus Cl2, and we also ended up with 2 atoms of sodium and Cl2. So whatever elements you started with during a chemical reaction will also be in the products of that reaction. The total number of elements on the reactant side must always be equal to the total number of elements on the product side, which means that you cannot destroy matter and you cannot create matter. You can only rearrange them. So let's look at another example that shows that you can neither create matter nor destroy matter. So let's have a look on this example. Hydrogen plus oxygen gives 2 molecules of water. If you have a look on this side, which is known as the reactant side, we have 4 hydrogen atoms. So 2 to 4 hydrogen atoms plus 2 oxygen atoms to give 2 water molecules. So here we have 2 hydrogen atoms here and 2 hydrogen atoms there. 1 oxygen atom here, 1 oxygen atom here. So if we have a look on the reactant side, we have a total of 4 hydrogen atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a total of 2 oxygen atoms. 1, 2. And on the product side, we also have a total of 4 hydrogen atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a total of 2 oxygen atoms, 1, 2. So you see that 4 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms on the reactant side, and also 4 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms on the product side. So the same number of elements we started with is still the same number of elements that we ended up in the product that we obtained. So this confirms that you can neither create matter nor destroy matter, but you can only rearrange matter. So now we look at classification of matter. So matter occurs in nature as either a pure substance or as mixtures. So pure substances can either be an element or it can be compounds. And mixtures can either be homogeneous or it can be heterogeneous. In the next lecture, we will explain the different parts of matter. This is where I'm going to end for today's lecture. Please like this video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next lecture.